Stories behind the stories, stuff you never wanted to know.
Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the second installment of Angry Roadrunners Stories Behind the Stories. My name is Adam Hooks. I'm here to walk you through each individual track off of myself and Sam Nesbitt's brand new album, 7 Stories from Rural America. Today we're going to be talking about track number 2, which is titled Blood and Thunder. Now this song definitely has a history lesson element to it. It was mostly inspired by one of my favorite books of all time, also titled Blood and Thunder by the author Hampton Sides. So if you're interested, go and check out this book and maybe give yourself some more insight into the history of the American West. This song specifically deals with the tale of Kearny's Army of the West marching through Santa Fe Territory in 1846 and claiming it for the United States during the Mexican-American War. This was happening, of course, because of Manifest Destiny and the ignorance and arrogance that went along with that ideal. And so the song is coming from the point of view of the antagonist. So the idea behind it is you're looking inside the heads of a member or members of this army while they're marching through this desert town, claiming it for the U.S. It also deals a little bit about how a lot of those same ignorances and arrogances still exist in the American mindset today. And so hopefully with a little bit of that background into the song, you might be able to hear it a little bit differently and take something more out of it, and hopefully you'll want to go and do some more personal research about the Mexican-American War and the history of the American Southwest. Anyway, I'm sure there's a bunch more stuff that Sam can add, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to him.
I think my favorite thing about this song is how three-dimensional it is. Sometimes it feels huge, and other times it's very up close and personal, and that's really how the story is supposed to be told. Sometimes it's one person telling you their story and their mission, but other times it's an entire army declaring victory, and the music behind it is supposed to support that idea. I've been playing this song with Adam for about 8 years in different formats, as a rock trio, as a duo. We even did a Motown-style arrangement of it with a full horn section once. So it's had many different incarnations, but we put a lot more thought into telling the story musically with this arrangement than others that were a little more driving and meant to be rockin'. It really came down to simplicity and creating background figures that add density and build tension with minimal instrumentation. It has a huge sound in some areas, but the instrumentation really isn't that big, and I think it's because so much of the song is bare bones, and so the contrast makes it feel bigger than it actually is. We wanted the words to speak for themselves, so most of the background music during verses is just to add texture. The cello and the low octaves in the piano give the low end, while the piano interacts with the vocals in a call and response fashion to fill in the space as the soldier tells the story from his perspective. In the softer middle section, after the chorus of soldiers declare that they are the saviors of civilization, we inserted the national anthem and made it sound as if it were being sung through a PA system in a stadium, like in a sporting event or something, to tie it into the idea that Adam mentioned earlier about many of these ideas being deeply ingrained in our culture even today. Underneath the national anthem is a very faint vocal drone that represents the ghosts of the fallen Native American soldiers whose memories are not to be forgotten. The piano part in the choruses was inspired by the piano playing of Franz Nicolai, who's the former piano player for the Hold Steady, who is my favorite rock pop piano player of all time. Check them out and check out his solo stuff if you haven't already. For me, the most memorable part of recording this was standing in my living room, shouting the choruses of soldiers with Adam declaring victory or that they're the saviors of civilization over and over and over again. Some of them were 30 or 40 takes and layered on top of each other. And I'm pretty sure my neighbors were becoming increasingly suspicious that we were about to start a revolution or something like that. But it was a lot of fun, and this is one of my favorite songs on the album for sure. It's a catchy song, but it has a very strong historical significance, and the words are very poignant and have a lot of meaning behind them. I really wanted the music to support that because it's an important story that needs to be told.
Thank you once again for tuning in, and we'll see you with the next installment. Peace.
They didn't even call me, Like, I haven't been playing bass for that long, which is fine, but I played trumpet in high school, It's not like they couldn't have thrown me on a third chair trumpet part for one of Sam's orchestrations. But hey, I support the guys, love them to death, wish them nothing but luck, it's a great album.